Well, hiya, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. Wanted to come to you with another bookshelf tour. I was already in the upper room here and decided I might as well do a couple of these while I'm here. And so let's go ahead and get started. So first on the shelf, I got a biography of Babe Ruth. This is by Lee Montville, and it's the life and times of Babe Ruth, the Big Bam. And I like my baseball books, my baseball biographies, and saw this and had to pick it up. This is a Doubleday book out of New York, and it comes from the year 2006. Next book is by Ira Berlin, Many Thousands Gone, The First 2 Centuries of Slavery in North America. And so a little bit of history on slavery, and if you follow the channel, you know I teach that in my American history class. We do quite a bit with that. This is from Belknap Press of the Harvard University Press out of Cambridge, and it's a 1998 book. And next book up is by Walter Johnson, River of Dark Dreams, Slavery and Empire in the Cotton Kingdom. Okay, and like I said, I teach early American history to the Civil War, and so we go through slavery pretty thoroughly, and so I've been trying to pick up some more of these books to help myself in learning more about it so I can do a better job with the kids. This is Belknap Press of the Harvard University Press out of Cambridge, and this is a 2013 book. Next book on the shelf is a biography on Herbert Hoover, a biography by Eugene Lyons. And of course, Herbert Hoover is Iowa's president. He was from West Branch, and that's where his presidential library is. And this is a Doubleday and Company Incorporated, Garden City, New York, and the book was from the year 1948. And so I've got a couple of these biographies on Hoover. Next book on the shelf is a History of the World War by Francis March. This is kind of an older book. You can see it's got a little bit of damage to it, but I tend to pick these books up. I think they're kind of neat. This is let's see here, The Authentic Narrative of the World's Greatest War, and of course this is referring to World War I. United Publishers of the United States and Canada, out of Philadelphia, Chicago, and Toronto, and it's from the year 1919. I always like these because they've got all kinds of great photos in it, all kinds of black and whites that I use in class. I've got some slideshows that I put together with the kids, and I've used some of these photos. All right, next one up is Lincoln's Battle with God by Stephen Mansfield, A President's Struggle with Faith and What It Meant for America. And I really like Lincoln. I think my book count on Lincoln's up to 90 right at the moment. I've got quite a few. This is Thomas Nelson Publishers out of Nashville, and it's a 2012 book. Next book on the shelf is To Perish for Their Saving, a moving account by Helen Manning of the martyrdom in 1968 of 2 missionaries by cannibals in West Iran. I'm probably mispronouncing that, in the dramatic events that followed. And so it's a missionary's tale. These are always really interesting. I think that these people are very brave to go into the the wilderness like that, and into with the tribes, and just take their life in their lives are on the line, and I just think that's pretty brave. This is Victory Press out of London, and it is a 1969 book. Next one's Goodbye Darkness, a memoir of the Pacific War by William Manchester. And of course, Manchester does excellent work. I got a book downstairs that I'm going to be reading soon by him. And yeah, there he is. Autumn of 1945 as a young man when he was serving. This is from Little Brown and Company out of Boston and Toronto. It's a 1980 book. 1980. Now, this next one is one of my older books that I've had since I really started collecting, and I still have yet to read it. And I don't know why it's taken me so long, but this is 1915, The Death of Innocence by Lynn MacDonald, with a foreword by Robert Cowley. And I picked this one up because I knew I liked World War I right off the get-go. And I picked this up because the front cover just looked, I just thought that was really, really cool. That was what drew me. But this is a 1994 book, 1993. And it's from the Johns Hopkins University Press out of Baltimore and London. And so one of these days I'm going to get that thing read. Next one on the shelf is World War II, 4,139 Strange and Fascinating Facts by Don McCombs and Fred L. Worth. Okay. Oh, this is just full of little tidbits. Tidbits here and there. Just can't give you an idea. It's just got a lot of little tidbits, little factoids. And it is a 1983. Nope, I lied. Hang on. This edition, this is a 1996 edition, excuse me, from Wing Books out of New York. All right. And the next one is, I don't have a jacket cover for it, but it's In the Spirit of Crazy Horse by Peter Matheson from the Viking Press. And it is, this biography is, let's see here, 1991, and I got that, and I thought it sounded very, very interesting. All right, here's another one with my sports biographies, Knight, My Story, by Bob Knight with Bob Hamill. And I always kind of like these. These type of stories are not necessarily going to win any big awards, but I find them kind of entertaining, telling the story of the coaches and the players. It's from Thomas Dunn Books out of St. Martin's Press, New York, and to 2002. And that's another one that I picked up at the Dollar Tree for $1. Can't go wrong for $1 for a hardback. All right, this is All Too Human, The Love Story of Jack and Jackie Kennedy by Edward Klein. All right, that's kind of a cool cover. Sweet photo. And it is from Pocket Books out of New York, and it's a 1996 book. And it's another one. It's got lots of photos in it. That's kind of a sad photo. That was at the funeral. The next one is Generation Exodus, The Fate of Young Jewish Refugees from Nazi Germany by Walter Lacker. It's kind of got a shiny cover to it. Kind of neat. I've said in other videos, I always like the covers. I don't know if I have some that are like favorites, because I always like the creativity that goes into them. They all have their own little special little things to them, and I always like that. This is from Brandy University Press, from Hanover and London, and it is a 2001 book. 2001. Getting towards the end here. All right, this is Beyond Belief, The American Press and the Coming of the Holocaust, 1933 to 1945, by Deborah Lipstadt. Now, I will say that cover is slightly boring. You get the the picture of the Jewish people there, but it's not a great picture by any means, and so not every cover is good. This is from the Free Press out of, or Collier Macmillan Publishers out of London. Let's see, 1986 is this book. Next one's Industrializing America, the 19th Century by Walter Licht. And kind of a neat little history. The Johns Hopkins University Press, Baltimore and London. And it is 1995 is this book. Getting ready to talk about the Industrial Revolution in America in one of my classes. All right, another Lincoln book. This is Lincoln Unbound. How an ambitious young rail splitter saved the American dream and how we can do it again by Rich Lowry. And I bought it mainly just because it had Lincoln on the cover. By the time I got it home, I don't know if I'll actually like this one because it's one of them that's linked into the present, and I don't really like those kind of books. But it had Lincoln on it, so I didn't figure you'd go wrong with that. But this is from Broadside Books, imprint of HarperCollins. It's a 2013 book. All right, 2 left. All right, got this one from the local public library when they were going through the shelves and cleaning. This is Queen Victoria, Born to Succeed, a biography by Elizabeth Longford. And so, I was happy to pick that up for free. Can't beat a free book. This is Harper & Row Publishers out of New York, and it is from 1964. And then that brings us to the last book on the shelf. It is by the same author, Elizabeth Longford, but it's a biography on Wellington, The Years of the Sword. That's kind of a neat cover. I like paintings, old paintings. And there's the author. And this is Harper & Row Publishers out of New York, and it is a 1969 book. So there you go, BookTube. There is another shelf on the shelf tours from the Ruttenberg Library, and this is again from the upper room. We got her cleaned out a little bit so we can move around, and I've got a few more shelves to go, but until that time comes, I hope everyone is healthy and safe, and hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Happy reading.